population. Denmark was also first in the 2012 Eurobarometer survey, first in the 2011 Gallup World Poll, another famous gauge of well-being, and first in the 2008 European Social Survey, among others. An impressive record for a small country whose citizens are generally prone to modesty. So, what's the explanation? Why does this small population of around 5.6 million people feel so content when it's cold for 9 months of the year and it gets dark at 3 p.m. in winter? When the tax burden is one of the highest in the world, with an income tax of nearly 60%, a 170% tax on cars, and VAT at 25%. When the country actually has more pigs, 24 million, than people. Quite strange, most people would say. When the Danes are asked about their status as the happiest nation, they often reply, "Oh yes, I heard about that. I don't know if it's true, but life is definitely good here." They tend not to brag, and certainly not about being the happiest people in the world. Modesty and humility are fundamental cultural values in Denmark, and besides, life isn't a bed of roses there. Alcohol and antidepressant consumption remains high, for example, as does the suicide rate, though not nearly as high as rumor has it. Does that mean Danish happiness isn't real? Not at all. For reasons we're going to discover together, the vast majority of Danes genuinely feel good about their lives. But in Denmark, like anywhere else, life is complex and you can't make simple generalizations. I was born in Aarhus, the second largest city in Denmark with 250,000 inhabitants. After growing up in the happiest country in the world and armed with the knowledge and experience I'd acquired there, I decided to leave, to live my life and find my own personal happiness. At the tender age of 18, I wanted to figure out for myself the difference between what people had taught me and what I believed to be the truth about life. Rubbing shoulders with reality is often a good way of putting your points of reference and your beliefs into perspective. I didn't know back then that the Danish model was an international benchmark of happiness. I'd taken the system for granted. For me, it was normal. That didn't stop me from asking myself hundreds of questions about its major tenets. Is it really a good thing that everyone is equal? Doesn't homogeneity lead to mediocrity? Doesn't the constant emphasis on humility and modesty limit people's potential? And finally, isn't the welfare state just a pretext for taking personal responsibility away from citizens? I also pondered the notion of happiness and where to find it. I needed to put my ideas to the test in real life, to give myself the best chance of becoming independent and free to be true to myself. The path has been a long one. My contact with other countries and cultures has made me more aware of my Danish sense of well-being and to strengthen it. Traveling around Asia, the United States, and Europe has opened my eyes to the treasures around me. The country I lost my heart to, and where I now live, France, has inspired me, through the richness of its culture and people, to find my own personal balance and base of well-being. So here I am today in France, writing about happiness in Denmark with all the benefits of hindsight. Before we explore the secrets of Danish happiness, let's agree on what happiness actually means. Summing it up isn't easy. There is an ocean of definitions and synonyms out there, depending on your language and culture. Joy, pleasure, well-being, bliss, contentment, the list goes on. But how best to describe happiness? There's the very practical scientific point of view. For medical imaging experts, happiness is a specific, measurable state of activity in different parts of the brain. There's also what we learn from etymology. The word happiness comes from the Middle English noun hap, meaning chance or fortune. There are also the very rich observations made by philosophers, from the optimists, Montaigne and Spinoza, to those who believe happiness